In May 2026, ChatGPT crossed 1 billion monthly users, fastest app in history to reach that milestone. Meanwhile, Google, a company that has owned the internet for 25 years, is suddenly playing defense. So, can AI actually replace Google? The honest answer is more interesting than a yes or a no. To understand the battle, you need to understand what these things actually are, because most people have this wrong. Google is a search engine. Its entire job is to crawl billions of web pages, index them, and point you toward the right one when you ask. Google does not create answers. It finds where answers already live and gives you a map to get there. That is why Google returns 10 blue links. The answer is out there. Google is just showing you the door. AI chatbots work completely differently. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, these are language models. They were trained on enormous amounts of text, and they learned to predict what a useful, coherent response looks like. When you type a question, they do not search the web. They generate an answer from patterns they absorbed during training. That means AI can synthesize, explain, rewrite, and create in one fluid response. No links, no map, just an answer, fundamentally different from what Google does. For certain tasks, AI is genuinely better. Ask ChatGPT to explain a legal contract in plain English. Ask it to write code, summarize a research paper, or generate 10 angles for an essay. It handles all of it fluidly. Google would give you a list of articles. You would have to read them and do the synthesis yourself. AI does that work for you, instantly. That is a real shift in how people use the internet, and it is why 1 billion people a month are showing up. But Google has a critical advantage: real-time reality. AI models have a training cutoff. Anything that happened after they were trained, they may not know, unless they are actively connected to a live web feed. Ask Google what the weather is right now, what happened in the news today, or where the nearest pharmacy is. You get an immediate, accurate answer. Ask a basic AI chatbot the same things, and you might get outdated information, a confident guess, or an admission that it simply does not know. Google also links you to sources. You can click through, verify, and go deeper. AI chatbots synthesize without always showing their work. Which brings us to the most important thing to understand about AI search: hallucinations. When a language model does not know something, it does not always say so. Instead, it sometimes generates a confident, fluent answer that is simply wrong. Even the best AI models in 2026 still hallucinate on at least 0.7% of queries. That sounds small, but if an AI is handling hundreds of questions a day and quietly gets facts wrong on some of them, with no obvious signal, that is a real problem. Here is a real example. Google's own AI overview once confidently cited an April Fool's satire article about microscopic bees powering computers as genuine science. The system had no idea it was a joke. Hallucinations are not a bug that will disappear. They are a structural property of how language models work. Google is not standing still. It has integrated AI directly into search-through AI overviews, synthesized answers appearing above the traditional links, and it is embedding Gemini across its entire ecosystem: Search, Gmail, Maps, Docs. Google's strategy is to wrap AI around its real-time web index, trying to give you the synthesis of a chatbot and the accuracy of a live crawl in the same result. Perplexity is doing the same thing from the other direction. AI first, but grounded in real-time web sources with citations. Both sides are converging toward the same product. Here is the counterintuitive truth. Google's share of information discovery, all the ways people find things online, dropped from 89% to under 58% in just 3 years. That is a dramatic shift. But overall search volume grew 26% in the same period. People are not abandoning Google. They are using AI in addition to Google, depending on what they need. The market is not shrinking. it is splitting. And despite ChatGPT now handling roughly 12% of Google's search volume, Google still sends 190 times more traffic to websites than ChatGPT does. AI answers questions. Google sends you somewhere. Those are not the same thing. The real question was never which one wins. The question is, which one are you asking the right thing to? AI is better for synthesis, explanation, and creation. Google is better for real-time facts, verified sources, and finding where to go. The smartest move right now is knowing the difference because both are improving fast. If this got you thinking, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Next time, we are asking, is the internet actually making us smarter or dumber?